Hi, Kiko.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good,
Hey
man.
man,
How
how's
are
it
you?
going, bro?
Good, good. Ryan, it's no secret that you're a fan of NASCAR, so I'm assuming this was a fairly easy pitch to get you on board for this project, right?
Yeah. I've done a couple of things over the years for NASCAR. I actually got to drive a pace car before a race, which was crazy.
I didn't know
Really
this.
exciting.
That's actually so
Yeah,
sick.
it's because you look in the rearview mirror and every stock car that's about to compete is right behind you. So that's pretty wild. But I wouldn't have said prior to this that I was a car guy necessarily. Always had an interest. I love classic cars. I own a 68 Ford pickup, but this guy is a true diehard Motorhead. I mean, he just is. Like literally on the weekends and in his free time while we were shooting the series, he was building cars at the place that he was renting.
You're my last interview of the day, and everybody's talking about how much Michael is a badass in or the show. So, Michael, I'm guessing then you're pretty well-established person underneath the hood, right? You don't have to call AAA.
Listen, man, I haven't had to call them yet, but there's always a big problem that could set you out. But yeah, man, I love cars. I've been into cars since I was a kid, and I've always had like a passion for it. Since I can remember I used to go to the racetrack with my family, and like my uncles used to drag race. My dad and I used to play Forza together, and like my grandfather and I used to work on the cars together. So I always remembered like cars and like always had like a fascination for them, and it was really cool to just like mix both my passions together.
Yeah, it's kind of a dream job for this guy.
Oh, definitely a dream job, definitely a dream job.
I wanted to ask both of you about a specific actor, one of your co-stars, Nicholas Cantu. He's from San Antonio. That's where I'm talking to you from now. Ryan, he's around the same age as you were when you started in Crimson Tide back in '95. What do you see him as? What do you see in him as an actor?
He's got tremendous potential in all ways, but his comedic timing and his preparedness was really impressive. We had quite a few scenes with him,
Yes.
and that dynamic just gets better and better as the season goes on. It gets funnier and funnier. And he's also a really sympathetic character. You really feel for him almost immediately. And that's not an easy thing to pull off. That has to come from within, from the actor, from what he brings to the part. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Nick.
Yeah, Nicholas is a very, very talented, very, very, very talented guy. And like I think he has like such a bright future ahead of him. He's so creative and like really has like again prepared as like he's never dropped a single line on set. And like always like, oh, sorry guys, I can't hang out. I really got to memorize my lines. And like he would always come to set prepared. He was always even while we were sitting down, he's running his lines, he's getting into character, he's doing his thing. And like I have such a large appreciation for him and like how much he really cares about the show and like making sure that the quality and the final product was really like good.
Awesome. The series poses the question about what kind of person you are, someone who hits the gas or hits the brakes. I guess it would depend on what the scenario is, really, but which would you lean more towards, Ryan?
Well, in my youth, I was very much hitting the gas. These days, I tend to favor the brakes a little bit more.
Okay, fair enough. What about you,
Um,
Michael?
I think I hit the gas pretty often.
Yeah,
I hit the gas. I definitely hit the gas.
Oh, you were talking about Michael about how you are into cars these days in 2025. Is that something that women? I don't know if you have a girlfriend or not, but are they still interested, or do they look at that like what kind of car guy drives to tell them if they should go out with them or not?
I mean, I don't think so. You know what I mean? I think that it's for a lot of people now. Like I'm more into like older cars, like 90s, 80s cars, right? So like when I pull up in those cars, I feel like people are more confused. Like, why are you driving this? Like, like especially like in Los Angeles, everyone has like a practical, like practical car that's good on gas. And it's like, why are you driving this old, Miata, or you're this old this, you know what I mean? Like, so I love kind of like pulling up in the most like random vehicles possible. It's fun.
There you go. Hey, Ryan, Michael, thanks so much for taking the time, and congratulations on Motorheads, and can't wait to see you do next.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ed. Take it easy.
Okay, have a good day.